Hello, I'm Erica Mabian, iSpark STEM Coordinator for Kansas City Public Schools. This is KCPS Homeroom. Today we're going to learn about how to do computer programming. This particular program is geared towards maybe pre-K to second grade. You could create a story, write it down, or draw it out before you begin this program. That way you have kind of a storyline to go through when you start your program. Your program on Scratch Junior is going to be a block program. You also are going to need to access this from your iPad or iOS or Android device. It is an app-based program. So that will be something that you will need up front to use Scratch Junior. So let's get started with our tutorial on Scratch Junior. Why do we want to do computer programming for our littles? It allows them to have an opportunity to take their words and put them into action. How we start their action with their program is with these triggering blocks. They are all yellow in the program. How I like to start the program for the beginning of our storyline is when we click the green flag. You'll see a little bit more about these when we get to the design page. When we click the green flag, that's going to initiate the sequence of the program and tell the program to start. The start on bump is like when a program is going to do a tag. Maybe you're going to have your characters play soccer and you want your character to run up to the ball, and then when they touch the ball, you want the ball to roll. That would be an appropriate use of using the bump one. You also have an option to send a message. You have an option to start on tap, which means you can actually touch your character and get it to stop and start. And you also can send your character a message. Those are going to be the ways we start our program with your triggering blocks. Next are your motion blocks. All of your motion blocks are going to be blue. They allow your characters to have movement. You have numbers under each one, and if you tap into the number, a keypad will open and you can change that number to whatever quantity you like. And as you can see, our blocks are kind of like puzzle pieces. So they're going to connect one to the other. Our forward block going to the right, our moving up block, our turning right, our hopping, it will hop directly up and down. We have a move left, a move down, turn left, and finally, our last block is going to tell our program to go back home. So if you've given it a sequence of directions to go to, this one will make sure that your character goes right back into position as it initially started. Next, we have the purple blocks. These are our looks blocks. They have a lot of different functions, so let's go over what you could do. The first one, it says hi. You could actually click where it says hi and retype in your own message that you would like for it to say. Sometimes students use this as an opportunity to have their characters have conversations with each other. Next one is shrink. It will shrink to the size that you are wanting it to be, or you can change that number. Right now it's set to 2, but if you touch that block, you could set it to whatever number you would like. The next one is the hide. It's kind of dimmed out. It has an outline of your character. You can actually have your characters hide and be invisible. Our next block will be the grow block. So you may want to use those simultaneously with the shrink. If you have your character shrink and then you want to have them grow and reappear, reset will have your character go back to its original size, and your show block will go alongside your hide block if you have it disappear and you want it to reappear. These are your looks blocks. Your sound blocks are the ones that our littles love the most. They're allowed to have it make sound. Depending on the character that they choose, some of the characters have programmed sounds that go with it. So you could choose whatever program you want, have your character have a sound block, and then decide on what that sound is that correlates with that character, and then you can see if you really like it. One that I never have to teach my kindergartners is play a recorded sound. They absolutely figure out that it has a microphone and that they can record. I never have to even show them. When they initiate this play recorded sound block, it will allow them to record their own voice, and then they have their character being able to speak and initiate the thoughts that they have in their mind. Our control blocks are orange. These give your program a little bit of time where you could have it do things that you may want it to do on a time schedule. We have our weight, which you can change the variable and have it be smaller or larger because you can touch that 10 and change it to something else. Set the speed. Maybe you want that soccer ball that's in your program to go really fast or slow. You can change the speed. You could have that ball stop when it hits the goalpost, or the one that the kids really love is this repeater block. This allows your program to go in a loop. You just have to put your blocks inside that puzzle piece, and then your program will be on the loop for as long as you put it. Right now it's set for 4, but if you touch the floor, you're able to change it and have it be what you would like. So let's take a look at your storyline and how you imagine your story to go and what you want your story and your characters to do. Last, we have our end blocks. These end our program. And we have end, go to page. This will have you go to a second page if you have change of scenery or if you have several pages like you're creating a book. And the last one is repeat forever. So if you have something that you want to have on a continuous loop, you're going to use the repeat forever block. What does our program look like on the stage? This is your programming area. This section allows you to gain your characters. If you click the plus, you'll have access to lots of characters. You can save your program. You can have a grid. Say you want to do some math. You want to have your character sit at 4 and 3. You could use a graph in order to initiate that. You can change your background, add a text, click the green flag. It's going to initiate your program. And here are the stage or the backdrops that you will be able to choose from if you've chosen several pages. Along this section are your block categories where you get to choose all of those blocks, and you're going to drag your blocks down to the programming area. What does that look like? For the backgrounds, here are lots of choices. If you want one, simply tap that section that you want and then click the check mark, and that will select your background. Next are your characters. If you want a character, you simply touch your character. It will outline in orange, and then you'll click the check mark. Now this is what your programming stage is going to look like. There are lots of different options. As you can see, I've pulled down some blocks to have it in our program. I've added characters. I have a cat, a barn, and a chicken in my stage here, and I've also changed my background to be a farm stage. So I'm all ready to have my program be initiated and see what things can happen. When I told it to click the green flag, he's going to go 1 space to the right, hop up 4 times, and turn, hop 2 1 time. Then this one is when I touch him, he's going to turn to the right, turn to the left, and that one is on a loop, and they're going to do that 4 times. These are all the definitions and categories that we have listed for the numbers there, and you can play around with that and see how you can add things to your program and have it mirror the story that you have outlined. So if you've created a story, maybe you've written it down on a page with your parents, now you're ready to make your program come alive. Let's program your story. My story is, there once was a cat who lived on a farm. The cat walked over to the chicken. This scared him, and the chicken turned and turned. So how did I make that into a computer program? Let's check it out. First, I added a cat, a barn, and a chicken as my characters. I'm programming my cat now because my cat is in the stage section. Now I've added a control block, the event block. Click the green flag, turn 1 space, hop 4 times, hop 2 times. And that meant that when I click the green flag, that's going to initiate my cat to start going. But when he bumps into the chicken, he's going to turn 4 times. And that will match what I've created in my story. Your options are endless in having your program do what you would like for it to do. You can add new pages to your story. You can add new characters to your story. You can make all the changes that you'd like. There are no right or wrong answers. It's all just fun. This completes our programming with Scratch Junior. Remember to have your iPad ready for that app, and you're able to start with your Scratch Junior and create your own storyline. Please join us at Twitter with all of your pictures of the things that you're learning from doing Scratch Junior. Tag us at KC Public Schools and use the hashtag KCPS.Homeroom. Have fun coding!